Aloha from the Ozarks. Folks, I have a nice little 10 by 20 garden shed from our economy line called Graceland Express. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you this pretty little building instead of looking at my ugly Hawaiian mug. Just a second. Here it is. 10 by 20 garden shed. This one has got our paint on it with a trim. It's like a blue slate color with a white trim. And I believe that's a black metal roof up top. Double barn doors in front, 72-inch wide double barn doors, and a single window that's a 2x3 single pane. Let's go on inside. It is from our economy line, which is built more like most of my competitors build their standard quality line. It's a little bit different than a standard Graceland. So I want you to understand we are not using plywood. This is OSB. But we pass the savings on to you, the customer, with a lower priced building. The 2x4s, instead of them being 16 inches apart, they're 24 inches apart. But we still double them up every 4 feet. Okay, in the floors, it is not a plywood floor. This is a composite floor by LP ProStruct. That's the name of the company that we get our composite floor from. It is 5/8 inches thick, and it is interlocked using tongue and groove, so it's still a seamless, gapless floor, even though you see seams because of the interlocked tongue and groove, right? The bugs underneath the building can't get up through these seams because they're interlocked, all right? Underneath the floor is our floor joists, and they are 2x4s, not 2x6s. If it was a standard Graceland build, it would be a 2x6 floor joist that's 16 inches apart. Instead, they are 2x4s like our wall studs are. 2x4s in the floors, and they're 16 inches apart, okay? Now, 2x4s in the walls are 24 inches apart. There is a roof vent up here, as well as, I guess, another side vent is what I should have called it over here, and a small roof vent at the peak. We do use roof decking, 7/16 OSB roof decking. And I want you to notice the roof trusses. These are different than the standard roof truss in a standard Graceland building. If you'll notice, the triangle here is smaller than the entire width of the building, and then the wings extend out to the sides. And also, the roof trusses are not mounted to the walls with metal hurricane clips. This is more like how the rest of the industry mounts their roof trusses to the walls. And at the top of our wall, we are not double reinforced 2x4s. It's a single 2x4 at the bottom. So they're built a little bit different than the standard Graceland building. This is an economy line, and we pass that savings on to you. We still do use premium lumber, though, for our 2x4s. I want you to be aware of that. All right, so if you are interested in this building, all you got to do is message me on Facebook. We have free delivery within 50 miles of my lot, and that free delivery includes us bringing the building out to you, setting it up on the blocks that you provide, cinder blocks or cap blocks, concrete cap blocks, and we will level the building. Since this is from our economy line, we do not anchor them into the ground. That is something that you can do on your own, but we don't anchor them into the ground. The cash price is always the lowest price. I require 20% up front, and then the remainder is due on delivery if you want to pay the cash price. If you want rent to own, we have a no credit check rent to own, 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years. There's no credit check, and there's no penalty to pay it off early. And I always encourage people who are doing rent to own, pay it off early because that saves you money. All right, that's for your benefit to pay it off early. Graceland does not penalize you for doing so. Other companies do penalize you to try to pay it off early. They like you to get locked into that monthly rental payment. All right, so Graceland's a little bit different. If you're interested, all you got to do is message me. So I encourage you to look at the video description on this video, and I'll put a link that you can message me on. I'll put a link in that description to view the rest of my inventory, so you can see all of the buildings that are currently in my inventory. And I will put a link to my frequently asked questions page. So that way, if you do have questions, you can go there and look at those, or you can just message me. It's probably just as easy to message me. You can message me on Facebook or send me a text message, okay? That's about all there is to it. If you have questions, you know what to do. Aloha from the Ozarks.